Greetings, fellow Hoovians. Hope you have a good day so far. This very first day of spring, or full day of spring, I should say. Woo! Well, today we're continuing our look at the 4th Doctor era with the Horns of Nimon. So, here we go. The glory days of the Skonan Empire are long since past, but many of its citizens and soldiers yearn for conquest. The arrival of the mysterious Horn Nimon on Skanos brought hope of imperial restoration. The fearsome creature from within its labyrinth has promised to rebuild the empire, providing it receives a series of tributes from the Skanans and their fawning, arrogant leaders, Soldid. This tribute is to comprise groups of youthful sacrifices from the nearby planet Aneth, as well as a supply of Hymedusite crystals. Young people have thus been abducted and transferred to the labyrinth. On the final collection, however, the interstellar craft bearing the sacrifices breaks down in space. The ancient warcraft has worn out, and when the co-pilot overextends the engines, the pilot is killed when a control panel explodes. Well, that's, not good. The Doctor, Romana, and K9 are in the TARDIS console room where he is making modifications to the ship. Various controls are disconnected, but unfortunately, the area of space he has chosen to materialize the ship and is close to a manufactured black hole, and they are in danger of being drawn in. He extends the TARDIS door force field to a nearby spaceship, the Skonan battle cruiser, and he and Romana board it. Once aboard, the Doctor notices an abundance of radioactive Hymedusite crystals, and soon finds the hold full of young prisoners. They are from Aneth, and one, Tekka, has a seemingly misplaced faith in another prisoner, Seth, to free them from their incarceration. The co-pilot investigates the hold and discovers the Doctor and Romana. He takes them to bridge at gunpoint and forces them to fix the ship. Romana suggests adapting the ship to use a Hymedusite crystal power source, and when it is brought to her while the Doctor returns to the TARDIS to gather supplies. Aboard the TARDIS, the Doctor learns from K9 of the collapse of the Skonan Empire in civil war. With the Skonan craft repaired, the co-pilot starts to move the ship away. The TARDIS is stranded and facing obliteration in the vastness of space. Well, that's not good. The Doctor bounces the TARDIS off the approaching asteroid and starts to repair the console in order to pilot the ship to Skanos and confront the evil there. The planet is dominated by the Nimon, which exists within the labyrinthine power complex into which only Soldid may venture. The Nimon is angry when Soldid reports that the last batch of sacrifices have not arrived, and says it will withhold the arms that will help rebuild the Skonan Empire. Soldid emerges from the power complex and hears from his guard captain Sorak that the ship has been found. It arrives on Skanos, and Soldid leads the party of greeting, being unnerved to see Romana aboard. The co-pilot lies that she's the cause of the problems on the ship, being a pirate who stole aboard and killed the captain. Soldid does not believe this, and then forces the co-pilot into the Nimon power complex, where he faces certain death. Dun dun dun! Moments later, Romana and the Anethans are loaded up with Hymedusite and sent into the maze. The TARDIS materializes in the central square of Skanos, and the Doctor is taken to Soldid. He soon escapes and heads into the power complex. Deep in the complex, whose walls seem to shift and change, creating various labyrinthine patterns that all lead to the Nimon, Romana finds husks of previous Anethans drained of life. The co-pilot also arrives, still pleading for his life, and when the Nimon appears, it dispatches the desperate soldier before turning its mighty horns on Romana and the cowering Anethans. The Doctor arrives and distracts the Nimon, saving Romana, Seth, and Tekka, who run after him. The other Anethans are too scared to leave. Ugh. The Nimon has reached the power source room and starts manipulating the controls of the machine, which causes the complex to glow with energy. A shimmering tunnel appears, and a travel globe bearing 2 more Nimon comes down on it. They announce that the planet Krynoth is dying, and that all the Nimon must continue the great journey of life to Skanos. Once the Nimon leave, the Doctor examines the globes. They are traveling vessels that have journeyed down a tunnel set between 2 black holes. The Doctor accidentally sends the globe down the tunnel with Romana in it, but before he can reverse this, Soldid arrives and uses his staff to destroy the control panel. Rude. Romana arrives in the dying world of Krynoth and encounters many Nimon and a broken old man named Sezom, who helped the Nimon establish themselves on his world and now knows they have destroyed it. He has also discovered when Jessenite is integrated into the staff that he was supplied with by the Nimon, and has the ability to stun them. He gives Romana peace, but is killed by Nimon while helping her to escape. No! Seth shoots Scoldine unconscious, and the doctor attempts to repair the transportation system. Just as he is about to complete the repairs, the Nimon return to the power source room and restrain him. However, they then reverse the tunnel, which brings Romana back from Krynoth. Romana tosses the Jessenite to Seth, who now has possession of Soldide's staff, and uses it to stun two of the Nimon. Having managed to free himself from Soldide's laboratory, K9 arrives in time to deal with the remaining one. Soldide, having escaped from the power source room, has seen the multiple Nimon and his faith is badly damaged. He is shot down by Seth, but manages to trigger a chain reaction which will destroy the complex. Dun dun dun! The Doctor and his party make their way out, using K9 to work out a proper exit path through the labyrinth. They escape and join up with the remaining members of the Skonan Military Council, all of whom evacuate the main square as the Nimon power complex explodes. Later in the TARDIS, the Doctor watches as Seth and Tekka pilot a spacecraft away from Skonos, having been granted their freedom. Elsewhere, Krynoth can be seen disintegrating. It seems that the Nimon threat is over. Oof, well that's a little bit interesting, isn't it? Anyways, let's look at the only outside reference of the story. The Doctor alludes to the story of Theseus and the Minotaur. So, yeah. Well, overall, this is a pretty interesting story, if I do say so myself, and, well, the whole thing with the monster being a labyrinth does have parallels to certain Surfer Greek mythology, but that's neither here nor there. So, overall, I give the Horns of Nimon 3 sonic screwdrivers out of 5. Well, join me next week as we take a look at the unbroadcast serial, Shada. That should be fun. So, until then, this is Soothing Queen saying, "Oh my Gideons! When I say run, run! I've reversed polarity of the neutron flow. Would you like a jelly, baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool, fences are cool, and Stetsons are cool.